Hi, welcome. My name's Hayley and I am the Widening and Participation Officer here at New College of the Humanities. We're a small university in London that specialises in the humanities, and we're particularly proud of our commitment to personalised teaching to help you achieve your personal, academic and professional goals. So in this video I will be covering how student finance works, what is a tuition loan and a maintenance loan, and how will you be repaying that loan back. Hopefully by the end of this video you will have the confidence and understanding of the system, and you will now know how you can afford to go to university. A common question I get from many students is, how can I afford to go to university? But do not fear, because there's a lot of financial support to help you on your journey. Students going to university have two main costs. The first one is your tuition cost, and the second one is your living expenses. The really good news is that student finance can help you covering the cost for both. Anyone who's eligible for student finance can apply for a tuition loan of up to £9,250 per year to cover the cost of your course. This money will be directly paid to your university, so you won't actually see it come into your account. It will be paid on a termly basis, and so what you need to do is just make sure that on your student finance application you have the correct institution. The tuition loan is not means tested, so no matter your financial situation, all students are eligible to take out the maximum loan. So the second type of support that you can get from student finance is a maintenance loan. The maintenance loan is here to help you cover the costs of your rent, your bills, your books, your travel and any other living expenses. Unlike your tuition loan, a maintenance loan is means tested. This means that it will be dependent on your household income. Your household income is what your family make, or if you live alone, your annual income. Your maintenance loan will also be dependent on whether you are living at home whilst you complete your course, or whether you are living away from home but outside of London, or if you are living away from home and studying in London. Because London is such an expensive city, you will get much more support from student finance to cover the cost and expense of living in London. So to roughly estimate the amount of support that you can get for 2021, I've provided you with a table right here. From the table we can see that the lower your household income, the higher the support you can receive. You can also receive additional financial support if you are living in London whilst you complete your course. This is because the cost of living in London is far greater than living elsewhere in the UK. However, I do highly recommend that you look at the student finance website for more accurate information. So now you ask, when and how do I apply? The first thing you need to do before you even start completing your application is to check your eligibility. Your eligibility will be based on a few things. The first thing is your course and institution. You have to ensure that your institution is recognised, and you can do this on the government website. Your eligibility will also be determined whether you've already studied another degree. So if you've already completed a first degree, it's quite unlikely that you'll be able to get financial support for a second degree. Lastly, you also want to check whether your nationality or residency status will affect your eligibility. For more information, I highly recommend that you visit the government website. You will also want to check whether you're eligible for extra financial support. You can get more funding if you're under 25 and are estranged from your parents. If you pay for childcare, you are a full-time student with children, if you have an adult who is financially dependent on you, or if you have a disability, mental or physical, or a learning disability such as dyslexia. Some of these extra financial support may be paid to you as a grant, which means you will not have to pay this pot of money back, and often it will be paid on top of your student finance allowance. So now that you've checked your eligibility, you are ready to start your application. You will need to go onto the student finance website and create an account. Do not worry if you haven't received confirmation of your place at university. It's absolutely fine, and you can start your application by using your preferred choice and simply change the details online later. When filling your application, you will need your passport, your national insurance number and your bank details, so please make sure you have these at hand. If you do not have a bank account in your name, you will need to open one, as student finance needs this information to pay the money directly into your account. As mentioned earlier, the maintenance loan is means tested, so we will need some evidence from your parents or partner. What they will need to do to submit evidence is to create their own account on the student finance website and simply support your application. And if you're living alone, then you can just submit your own financial information. Do this as soon as possible, because without this information, your application cannot be assessed and it will just delay your payment. Once your application has been processed, student finance will send you a confirmation letter. This letter will detail how much maintenance and tuition loan you will receive and when you will be paid. you must ensure that you enrol at the college or university that you're studying at. And once you do, the university will inform Student Finance and they will then transfer the money to your bank account. You can also get extra financial support from your university, such as bursaries and scholarships. Scholarships are typically awarded to students based on some sort of academic achievement or ability. Bursaries, on the other hand, are based on your financial circumstance. Awards can include discounted tuition fees, discounted accommodation, or cash via bank transfer. These do vary from institution to institution, so I strongly encourage that you look at their website or contact the university directly. So both bursaries and scholarships are often non-repayable, so this is extra financial support separate from Student Finance. At New College of the Humanities, we also offer financial support to our students. We have scholarships of up to £2,000 a year, and we offer bursaries up to £3,000 a year. In addition, we also offer internship bursaries of up to £1,200 during the summer term to enable students to take unpaid internships that will help them in their career. Now we're going to talk about repaying back your student loan. When speaking to students, there's a lot of concern about always being in debt. However, something to remember is that student loan isn't treated like any other loan, and it won't actually impact your credit score. You will only need to start paying back your loan once you are earning above the current threshold of £25,725. The amount that you pay back is based on your income and not the amount borrowed. When you put this into perspective, you'll actually see that on a monthly basis it doesn't really impact you at all. In this table, I have included a breakdown of how much you will pay back monthly depending on your monthly income. If you earn less than £25,725 a year, you will be repaying back £0. However, if you earn higher than the threshold, you will pay 9% of anything above this threshold. Let's say, for example, you are earning £30,000 a year. But remember that you will only pay 9% of the money that you earn above the threshold. It's a lot easier to see how much this will impact your monthly wage. Your monthly income before tax is £2,500 per month. So if we subtract £2,143 from £2,500, you will get £357 per month. From this, we will only pay 9%. Therefore, per month, you will be repaying £32.01. If students don't finish paying back their student loan after 30 years, then it will be cancelled. So now that we've covered student finance, I also wanted to add a few tips that I learnt on my journey through university. So when I was a student, one of the few things that I picked up and learnt to try and save money and live on a budget was to pay my rent first. So as soon as the student loan came in, I would put the money aside for the rent and made sure I didn't touch it. Then I would try to make meals, so cook meals, my breakfast, my lunch and my dinner, try to not have that many takeaways. And then I would also stop buying coffee. Coffee is very expensive. So if you can, pre-make your coffee and take it to university. Another thing that really helped was finding a part-time job. A part-time job will really help with giving you an extra source of income. There are many opportunities to work on campus, sometimes as a student ambassador that's flexible around your classes. So I would highly recommend that you look into that. Another thing that really helped was budgeting for my nights out, not taking my actual bank card, but actually just take like cash, and that's all the cash I will be using that night. And then something that's really useful as well is try to avoid sort of taking buses. If you can, walk to campus or cycle. It's also good for the environment and for your health. I would also highly encourage you all to get a student card, an NUS card, which will help you get discounts at certain shops, and also use Uni Days, which is an app that you can download on your phone. Budgeting can be quite hard, especially if this is the first time that you're doing it. So what I would recommend is maybe look at a spreadsheet. There are many sample spreadsheets on Excel that you can use, or budgeting apps that you can use and download on your phone. It certainly took me a while to get used to budgeting, but I did learn, and it really did help my second and third year. Thank you very much for listening. I hope this has been useful, and if you have any sort of questions that you want to ask us, please do get in touch with us through email, or you can also call us using this phone number.